Hello everyone, welcome to episode 10 of Fortnite School. We finally made it, the big episode 10. If you missed any of the previous episodes, make sure you check on my channel. It's got its own playlist. Today we're learning how to solo clutch in duos, the best way possible. Let's go. Alright, I forgot, before we get straight into it, make sure you check out the Fighting Masterclass, link in description. Fighting is a key part of clutching. You gotta be good at fighting to be able to clutch well. Got some videos from some absolute top tier players on it. The names on there are astonishing. Right, this is gonna take a little bit more a different format to normal. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the clutch in its entirety first. We're then going to go through it afterwards. So you can watch it in full speed and then we're gonna break it down and see what happened. Okay, let's go. We make it through. Just dead. There's only one. It's double jump, it's double jump.
Okay, nice. You need to go out. Cap mats, cap mats. Cap mats, just do. Right side here. Maybe go down one. Nice. Cap mats. Much shot. Just be. Don't look at them. Just press one.
Pull straight ahead, pull straight ahead.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I'm the truth. I'm actually the truth. As you can see, that was a pretty crazy clutch, if I do say so myself. And it all started with actually a mistake from me, so I had to make up for it. We went like this way and low ground was really congested. A team dropped down. It was a bit unfortunate really. But we started off by having consistent aim. You see how we waited here? It's obviously not much of the clip, but you see how we waited? We could have shot him here. We could have shot him here. We were waiting for him to drop down into our crosshair, and then we eventually hit the max 180. From there, we're not aiming for the finish, we're kind of trying to move around on a better layer, and then we're going to go back to the finish. Once you see how we're airtight here, we're airtight, no one can get in. We've got the walls over here, we've got the walls in front of us, we got the tops, like we're airtight, we can't be seen, so we're going to go back for the loop. And it's obviously pulled a max distance, so we don't have a lot of time either. Optimal peak here. Great. If we just edited straight in, this guy might have seen us, he might have had his gun out. It's endgame, it's hectic, we don't know what's going to happen, it's best to proceed with caution. This is also great, we don't greed the kill, we don't greed any of the mats. Even though we've only got like 6 builds and no shield, we are ending up moving out the zone. We do make a mistake here, not fast enough reaction times. We honestly could have hit this guy, but yeah, that's probably one of the only mistakes we've made. But I'm going to point them all out, every single mistake, plus every single good thing. One thing we did do good, we found this crash pad, we didn't greed that person, and then one thing I really liked here, we start basing up on here, but then realize that low ground is really free. So you see us drop down here, this is what we see it. We see, look at this, we see the bush, we see the empty space, we can only shoot in this empty space beyond here, and there actually was, and that instantly made us go for the drop down. Now the bush is great for us because we looked at our mats and we only have 5 builds here. You see it right here, 5 builds. So we were like, needed to look for something like that. If you do have only 5 builds, ratting around other people's builds, ratting around bushes, ratting around natural terrain, finding a good low ground layer is really, really important in solo clutching. You want to identify suitable people to get refreshes on. And we identified this guy who just crash padded out. Now it's perfect that we identified this guy because he was a solo. We're a solo. It's a fair fight. And in an endgame scenario, I was confident I could go down there and beat him. So I dropped down. I build this box straight away, which is super good because we've left our back wall open, meaning that the zone's actually on our back, so it's fine. But we then got a ramp over, so it's a lot easier to peek, and then we look through the ramp. It's so important to look through the ramp. It's such an important trick. This is all great, and I'm glad we do look through the ramp because we see this guy, you can see a vague outline of him. It's clearer in the moment. He is looking that way. So he is completely disorientated. And it's so important in endgame because people are looking all over the place and audio is everywhere. So I knew that I started hacking his wall. He literally would have no idea. And we put him in a cone. Perfect. And then what we do here, even in dead endgame, is we edit the cone and move to the left because he can't then have a right hand peek on us, and that is why on this first peek we don't take any damage and hit him for a nice little 75. And right here we know we have the health advantage now. We heard a crack, so we can now just go for the 50-50 edit that he's expecting, hit him 108, clean up the kill. Now this wall is his, so we just turn back and we see that there's a med kit. Now you have a lot to process in endgame. You have this med kit right here. You have this medallion, which might be a movement medallion, might help you get back in zone. You have any heals that might be there. There wasn't any heals there, but we have to check we got all the mats. We have to check to see if there's any upgrade guns. Obviously, this is the least priority, but it's all still there in your head. So we actually make a little mistake here. We play the rest of it very well though. We pick up the medkits, see in a split second we've got 1. Then we start popping it. What we should have done, because we still had Siphon going, was edit this wall first. Do you see this one right here? This wall. So editing this wall would have allowed us to save a bit of time because we could have then started moving with the medkit. But it's fine because we end up picking up the movement medallion. We do a great little trick here, not like going low ground. Low ground here was really poor. You can see here low ground, wait. You see here low ground was really poor. If we went low ground where this guy, we'd have to fight this guy. We'd then have to get up this mountain. It's really stupid. So we just instantly branch off this build piece here and end up getting in a lot easier. This is a great tarp. You can see here, this is a great tarp. We're not building the sides because we don't need to. We're actually just saving a lot of materials. Missed a couple edits here, but we end up getting around side of the zone, knowing that we can just use mats because every second survived is points, and I'd rather die with no mats than die with 300 mats. So we see low ground stead free. We then edit down to go down on it, and as we do it, this guy comes out. Now we instantly box him, which is a slight accident, but at the same time, we were just going for the piece anyway, so the fact we ended up piecing someone, a bit lucky, but it's a good practice to get into. Now this is quite a hard shot to hit, because you got to react fast, you got to hit your shot. We do hit the shot, incredible stuff. We don't wait for any of the mats though, it's quite interesting. We could have waited for the mats, but as we kill him, we see that there's a person on this wall. And what we do here is probably one of the best plays and keeps me alive for another like minute and a half. We edit through here and we place a ramp. Now this is like, in the moment, you can see this is so quick. We kill it, boom, 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 ramp in. But it's so effective. He then can't shoot us, we then get out. It's so impressive. Get the placement, get out. And this is perfect here. This is absolutely perfect. So we are just tarping. We know there's a player here, so we are kind of going for something. We're not trying to just tarp passively. We could have gone back, like carried on going that way if we had to. But we went back and we actually, instead of putting a cone here like you would do, we placed a ramp, which is so good. The ramp's going to block him off from where we saw him, and it's going to allow us to flip it, disorientating him, and hit a nice 140 on him. And you notice the movement we did straight after. As we hit the shot, we're already sprinting out the box and placing a wall down because we don't know if we're going to kill him with that shot. But now we're getting to the end of our mats. The main mistake we make in this endgame now is not realizing how low we are on mats. We start building frantically right now, and you'll see in a second we do run out of mats. One thing we could have done better here was as we edited down, we can see footsteps, right? This guy is very clearly above us because he's not anywhere here. He's not anywhere here, is he? So he's not here, so he has to be up. These two, one of them might be up, but one of them is definitely down. So we should be turning our character model around here and actually facing the other way as we drop down in order to get pump. And if we'd done that, we could have actually killed him. But as we drop down, we do get slide kicked into zone. But at the end of the day, what a clutch. We've gone from like top 30 to literally top 3. So what have we learned? We've learned that every point matters. Rat and find good layers. If you have mats, then find empty good layers. And if you don't have mats, then you've got to rat around and find a kill. Focus on your aim. That is the most important part. Focus on your aim because you got to focus on hitting your shots, because a lot of the time in endgame, that is all that matters. Being a good solo player is also super important to duos, and with all the solo series coming up, you might want to consider checking out the solo masterclass, link in description also. That's right, I'm plugging both the masterclasses today because both of them are very important to solo clutching. If you want the cheaper one, the solo masterclass is cheaper and has more videos on, so it might be a better consideration for your time. But the fighting masterclass is nothing to scoff at and has some of the best players in the world such as Vico, Reet, Flixie, multiple FNCS winners, and even the next Peterbot bolts on it. I'll see you in the next one. Have an incredible day. See you in a bit. Happy 10th anniversary of the Fortnite School.